Ladies and gentlemen, before we start tonight's game, we ask you to pause with us for a moment of reflection. Across our nation, we have witnessed the heartbreaking toll of violence, from recent political attacks and school shootings to the tragic events we remember from September 11, 2001. Tonight, as a community, we honor those whose lives were taken too soon. We stand together in their memory, united in our hope for a future of peace and compassion. Let us be clear, hate has no home here. Freedom, empathy, and unity will always prevail over division, fear, and violence. Please join us in a moment of silence to honor the victims, their families, and all who continue to work for healing and understanding. Thank you. Now, our national anthem will be played tonight by Mountain Crest freshman Lydia Bundy on the violin and Piper Watt on the cello.
Hello and welcome to Hiram, the campus of Mountain Crest High School for the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Eric Olson along with you as tonight we get to see one of the long-lasting rivalries here in Cache Valley. Skyview visiting Mountain Crest. This is visit number 46, or I should say meeting number 46 of these two teams. Talking with the radio team here earlier and talking about some of the history of this. And John Olson, who does the games on the radio for Mountain Crest, saying, I think Skyview has won every game since 2012. We took a look, and he is correct. It's been 13 years, almost to the day, since Mountain Crest has beaten Skyview. Mountain Crest coming into this ball game with only one loss, that one to Ridgeline, who's number one in 4A. So that means they're 0-1 in the region as Mountain Crest. Skyview comes in 1-0 in region and 2-2 overall. Skyview owner coach Eric Alder, his second year, he's 10-7. They average 34 points a game, give up just under 25, and they're starting to hit their stride out there in Smithfield. They started a little bit slow with a couple of losses, but then they won 2 in a row, and they're putting up some points and keeping teams out of the end zone the last couple of games after starting a little bit slow. Mountain Crest, of course, started 3-0, just taking teams apart, averaging almost 40 points per game. The defense only giving up 15. And they lost last week 34-10 to Ridgeline, a game that maybe was a little bit closer than the final score would indicate. A lot of mistakes by Mountain Crest, which is not what you need against a unit like Ridgeline. Ridgeline took advantage, and they won that game 34-10. They're out. The captains are out for the coin toss. Mountain Crest wins the toss. They're going to defer, so they'll be kicking to the north. Skyview, it's a blackout tonight in Hiram. The black jerseys. Those are not navy blue. Those are black jerseys over orange pants. A couple of weeks ago when we were here, Mountain Crest versus Logan, it was orange on orange. So 2 out of the last 3 weeks, we've done 2 of the oldest rivalries here in the Valley, and these are always fun games to do. Ryan Visser for Mountain Crest in his 4th year, 24-16 with the orange and blue. They're number 3 in 4A as far as ranking goes, and number 21 in the state and of all classifications. Braden Larson's having himself a pretty good year, as is Cale Olson, the receiver for Mountain Crest. For Skyview, Jack Clark had over 400 yards passing and 7 touchdowns last week for Skyview against Bear River. And so the Mustangs are going to have to slow down that passing attack, and they've got a handful of good wide receivers over there on that Skyview sideline that when they're out on the field, they can make something happen. Zach Oxborough, their top receiver, 439 yards, almost 16 yards a catch, and 4 touchdowns. Welcome to Hiram, campus of Mountain Crest High School, where tonight on the game of the week, Skyview and Mountain Crest getting set to tangle. I'm Eric Olson as we await kickoff here in Hiram on a beautiful September evening. Brenton Lishman and the kicking team out there for Mountain Crest as they won the toss and elected to defer. They'll get the ball to start the second half. They're going to kick it off and get their defense out on the field first. One thing I was really impressed with a couple of weeks ago when we saw Mountain Crest was their defense. It was a Mountain Crest defense, and longtime followers of high school football here in Cache Valley know what that means. They will hit you in the face, and then they probably will tell you about it, and then they'll line up and hit you again. They've got a little bit of that swagger and a little bit of that nasty back. We'll see how they rebound from that 34-10 loss against Ridgeline last week against a Skyview team that's finding their stride. And on the kick, a fake reverse, and getting around the edge and clear out near midfield is Cooper Karen, one of the plethora of good receivers and skill guys for this Skyview team, and he gives Skyview great field position to start the game. And they're going to start on the Mountain Crest side of the field at the 47-yard line. Skyview led by Jack Clark. 60% passing, 1,231 yards, 13 yards per completion, 13 touchdowns against 4 interceptions for number 12. They've been kind of doing a little bit of running back by committee, 3 different backs with the same amount of carries. They're going to go to Carlson out on the edge with a quick hit. So Clark and the Bobcats get 4 yards early.
That's complete to number 88, Jace Carlson.
Radley Sparrow, the junior in the backfield. Xander Stokes has been a little bit nicked up, so they've used him sparingly. It'll be interesting to see if we see him tonight as Sparrow goes in motion. Inside goes Clark. Hit immediately right at the sticks is Oxborough. Zach Oxborough picks up 6 and a first down. So Skyview coming out in tempo against a 3-man front of the Mustangs. Turn and give it to Sparrow. Sparrow up the middle near the 30-yard line before he's finally brought down. A pickup of 8. I think that's 7. Eric Alder bringing that offense Mountain Crest has seen from Stansbury. That's where Alder came from. Sparrow up the middle into the secondary, now to the 20-yard line. A gain of 11 as Skyview continues to gash the Mustangs up front. We've played less than a minute, and Skyview's inside the Mountain Crest 20-yard line looking for points. Sparrow in motion, they swing it out to him. Immediately sat down by a name we're going to call a lot tonight, Carter Egbert. Egbert, the leading tackler, leading sacker on this Mountain Crest defense. And that's a loss of 6. Turn and give to Sparrow, right up the middle. Gets a couple. Sparrow, 3 carries, 20 yards on this drive. 3rd down and long for the Bobcats. Long kick return to start the game, and the Bobcats have taken the ball down inside. They're now at the 24-yard line. They were inside the 20 until they lost yards on that first pass play. Sparrow motions out. Coming inside this time. Karen looking for some blockers. He's got them. Works his way down to about the 12. He's got 12 yards. Not enough for the first down, but enough that Skyview is going to go for it on 4th down and a long 2. And Mountain Crest is offsides. This hurt them last week. They had some penalties in key situations. And it is against Mountain Crest.
Encroachment on the defense.
Looked like it was on Kai Kaha.
We get 1st and goal for Skyview.
And so Skyview gets the first down off penalty. Give it to Sparrow. Hit in the backfield and dropped at the 9. Loss of a couple. Kaha trying to make up for his gaffe there on 4th down by making a tackle for a loss. Sparrow behind Clark in the pistol. Quick hit, across the middle, Karen to the goal line. They keep him out. He fights. And he had his back to the goal line, and the defender was able to push him back to about the 2. So it'll be 3rd and goal. Third and goal for Skyview. Just outside the 2. Give it to Sparrow. Not much there. He's taken down at the 2-yard line. Gain of about half a yard. And it's 4th and goal from the 2-yard line.
4th and 2 for the Mustangs.
Wide side of the field has 2 receivers. That's where looks like the numbers might be for Skyview. And Eric Alder wants a timeout to think about it. 8:04 to play. The opening drive, knocking on the door, the 2-yard line for Skyview. No score in Hiram on the game of the week. Old Grist Mill is a game sponsor. Freshly baked bread, homemade soups, and cookies you can't resist. The Old Grist Mill has been serving up comfort food in Cache Valley for years. That's Old Grist Mill, a Game of the Week sponsor. Other Region 11 action tonight. Bear River is at Stansbury. Deseret Peak at Green Canyon. Ridgeline out at Tooele. And in 3A action, Northridge is at Logan. Logan looking for win number 2 on the season. They won their first game and they lost 3 in a row. Northridge comes in undefeated, but they are a 5A, or excuse me, I don't think they have a win against Northridge. They're a 5A school. Recheck that, make sure I saw that correctly. Okay. I don't think Northridge has won a game, so Logan looking for win number 2 on the season. Clark rolling to the near side, has a man nearly picked off by Hunter. Hunter was going to take that back a long way, but as it is, they turn away the Skyview drive at the 2-yard line. And the Mustang offense will take the field. They rolled it out to that side, that wide side like we talked about, looking like they had maybe a number advantage. He had Cooper Karen, did Clark. But Brock Hunter cut underneath the pass and knocked it down. Well, Mountain Crest starting from their own end zone. A block takes the ball out to about the 6-yard line from Braden Larson. To Crofts. Braden Larson, 62% passer, 821 yards. almost 12 yards per completion, 9 touchdowns, 0 giveaways. Larson, the senior, hands it off. A gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd and short. Egbert with the carry. Larson, the leading rusher on this Mountain Crest offense. 6 yards per carry, 249 yards on 41 carries, 2 touchdowns. Cale Olson, 236 yards and 4 touchdowns, leading receiver. 3rd and 1. 4 down lineman for Skyview. Making the tackle is Satili Palmer, the Idaho State commit. See if Larson got enough of a head of steam to get it to the sticks, and I don't know that he did. It's right on this 12-yard line, and that's where he needed to get. And it's a 1st down. A little bit of breathing room for Mountain Crest now at their 12. Here comes a blitz off the edge. Larson to the middle, and he one-hops it out there, looking for Mason Bradford, 2nd down. Larson's going to run all the way to the sideline to get the play from head coach Ryan Visser. It's a long way from the far hash, but those are young legs. He gets back to the huddle with 20 seconds on the play clock. And they get out and up to the line with 13. So Mountain Crest wastes no time. Quick play call. And 2-by-2 on the formation. 1 back in the backfield, bringing an edge rusher. Egbert stays in to block. Toss to Passy. Passy picks up a couple. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Passy had a knee down as he caught the ball. So that ended the play.
Brought down by assumingly the Oxborough brothers.
3rd and 8 from the 15-yard line, their own 15-yard line from Mountain Crest after stopping Skyview on 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. Egbert gets some last-minute instruction from Larson. 5 wide. And now Mountain Crest is going to call a timeout. They had plenty of time on the play clock, but coaching staff saw something they didn't like. Decided they want to talk about it on the big early 3rd down for the Mountain Crest Mustangs. No score, 6 minutes to play in the 1st quarter on the Game of the Week. Anderson Seed and Garden is a Game of the Week sponsor. Anderson Seed and Garden has been Cache Valley's go-to for plants, seeds, tools, and garden know-how for decades. If it grows, Anderson's has it. That's Anderson Seed and Garden, a Game of the Week sponsor. So Mountain Crest wanted a timeout to think about it. On 3rd and 8. You can call it a long 7 if you're optimistic. They come out in the same formation, 5 wide receivers. See if Skyview brings an extra rusher, or if they drop 8. They're going to drop 8. Larson steps up, in trouble. Down he goes, and he may have had a hand on his face mask. Let's see. Gavin Reed had a hold of him, and it looked like he may have gotten a piece of his face mask. And I think that's the call. And it's a personal foul, face mask on Skyview. Their first penalty of the game.
And that's good for another Mustang.
Well, Mountain Crest now all the way out to the 30-yard line after the penalty. Reed's a monster in there. We'll be calling his name again in this one, I'm sure. They swing it out to Egbert. Egbert picks up a yard. Marchant and Reed both have 3 sacks for this Skyview defense to lead the team. Skyview's a team with 11 sacks, same number as Mountain Crest defense has. So both these defenses averaging nearly 3 sacks per ball game coming in. Egbert's going to head for the sideline as Mason Bradford comes in late. And now a flag. I think they broke the huddle with 12 because Bradford came in late and Egbert stayed in that huddle. That's going to be an illegal substitution. So that's going to back Mountain Crest up 5 yards. And it'll be 2nd and 14. This time in the substitution package, Egbert comes back in along with Brady Muir. Clements is the lone receiver to this near side. Muir's the Swiss Army knife. He can do anything. He's in motion. And they turn and they hand it to Egbert. Egbert puts his head down, gets the penalty yardage back and a couple more. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 8. Mountain Crest 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this drive. One of those conversions came via penalty. Larson, late pressure, has to bail out, looks across to Clements. Clements grabs it off of the shoulder of the defensive back and picks up 20 yards on a 1st down. Great catch by Clements. Now Mountain Crest 3 for 3 on 3rd downs. And this drive that started at the 2-yard line marches into Skyview territory. 3:28 on the 1st quarter clock. No score in Hiram. Muir goes in motion. Hand it to Egbert. Egbert finds a seam. Upended after a gain of about 5.
Carter Egbert was Superman, picked up by number 8, Oliver Collins.
Egbert averaging 5 yards per carry, 15 yards on 3 totes. And he and Muir come to the sideline. Clements and Crofts to the far side. Olson, Passy, and Bradford to this near side. Olson, the leading receiver, hasn't been targeted yet. Late pressure shown anyway. Here's Crofts on the quick out. He's got a 1st down. 7 yards.
Brought down by number 13, Stetson Summers, but not before another Mustang.
Mountain Crest continues to grind this toward the Skyview goal line. Skyview had a great kickoff return to set their offense up in Mountain Crest territory. And then Mountain Crest held on 4th and goal from the 2, and they've marched it now to the Skyview 35. 2:20 to play in the 1st quarter. We're scoreless. Larson across the middle, a little bit behind Olson. Olson had his step, found his play seam in that zone.
Intended for Hale Olson, falls incomplete.
In fact, I'm not sure it was a zone. He had a trailing defender. And Larson with only his 2nd incompletion of the evening. He's 4 of 6 for 34 yards. And now the Mustangs behind the sticks. For only the 2nd time on this drive. They were behind them after a penalty earlier. They've faced 2nd downs where they've only got a couple yards on 1st down, but this time it's double digits. Again, pressure coming late. Larson's got time. Look out! Ball's out! Mountain Crest recovers back at midfield, and it's going to be 3rd and 25.
With the strip sack. Ball recovered by number 55, Siosi Tukwuola.
That was Oliver Collins with the strip sack. Larson stood in there a long time.
3rd 3rd and long for the Mustangs.
And eventually you have to bail out or get the ball out. And he couldn't find anybody. And he didn't bail out. And he took a wallop. He was just loading up. 5 wide receivers for Mountain Crest on 3rd and 25. Larson's going to keep it. Larson's got blocking and a little bit of running room, but he's chased down after a gain of 11. It'll be 4th down.
Brought down by number 57, Mason Marchant.
Marchant takes him down. And right here at the 40-yard line, we'll see if Mountain Crest decides to kick or go. They're going to kick. Brent Lishman comes out. No points for the Mustangs, but they flip the field. And the first quarter is winding down. 45 seconds to play in the first quarter as Lishman gets the kickoff, trying to pin Skyview back. Taken at about the 7-yard line and then hauled down at the 15. Is the Skyview returner Lincoln Ballard. And with 34.9 on the first quarter clock and no score, Skyview will take over. Skyview looked really good offensively until the field got shorter and Mountain Crest was able to stiffen up defensively. Still no score. The Skyview gets a second crack at it.
Clark's pass complete to number 3, Zachary Oxborough.
Zach Oxborough gets his second catch of the night. 7 yards on that quick game. See if Skyview runs a play. There's 10 seconds left on the game clock. I think they will. Well, let's look. They're not going to. That's the end of the first quarter. No score in Hiram. It's Mountain Crest and Skyview slug it out for the 46th time. You're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel. You ever worry about your hearing? You know, maybe you're getting a little bit older, maybe you work someplace where there's a lot of noise, maybe you got loud kids. Well, when it comes to hearing help, trust the expertise of Dr. Paul Daines at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. With years of experience, he helps patients reconnect with the sounds of life. That's Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, a Game of the Week sponsor. They're trying to steal your chair. Coaches out here stealing chairs. It's like it's their place of work or something. No score in this one. It's been a defensive slugfest. Both teams with one possession in that first quarter. Mentioned in the outset, last time Mountain Crest beat Skyview, September 14th, 2012. 44-24. Mountain Crest won in that one.
2nd and 3 for the Bobcats.
Clark swings it out quick. Muir tries to get off the block of Carlson. He can't. And finally forced out of bounds at the 30 is the receiver after a gain of 8.
Lincoln Ballard with the reception. Adrian Garfias
I believe that was Ballard. It was.
On the tackle. It'll be a first down for Skyview.
I've got Clark as 7 for 7 in the early going. Unofficially. Sparrow leaks out. They're looking for him. Skyview will do that. They'll send that back out of the backfield. It's kind of the safety valve if nothing's open downfield. So Clark looks, can't find anything on his first couple of reads, so then he swings it out to Sparrow. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Sparrow stays in the ball game, and he'll take the handoff. Tries to cut it off tackle, he does. Puts his head down and delivers a blow to Muir. Muir falls out of the pile. 7-yard gain. Sparrow. And they asked Muir what day it is. He said Finland. He took a wallop, and he's up and ready for 3rd down and 2. Swing it out. There's blockers out in front of the receiver. First tackler there. Clements can't make the stop. And Oliver Collins runs it downfield for 15, 16, 17, 20 yards, but there's a flag back at the 43-yard line.
Tackled by number 1 Brock Hunter. There is a flag on the play.
Out by where you'd expect to see maybe a hold on the edge or a block in the back. Let's see. 20-yard gain if it stands on 3rd and 2. Skyview's all standing around. It looks like it might be on Mountain Crest. We may have been talking about, is it going to be tacked on? Let's see what the penalty is. I think they're going to tack it on, so it might be a personal foul. Personal foul on Mountain Crest. So 15 yards on top of 20. So Mountain Crest being bit by the penalty bug here early. 3 penalties for 25 yards. That's a big one. Skyview once again in Mountain Crest territory. Clark across the middle. Has his receiver. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. But let's see. It's a 10-yard gain.
Clark's pass completed number 3, Zachary Oxborough.
Oxborough with the grab. I don't know if the white hat's trying to see a number or what he's doing, because we're all just standing around looking. And it's going to be on Skyview. And it's a hold on Skyview. So both teams with 25 yards worth of penalties in the early going. Skyview on 2 flags, Mountain Crest on 3. So 1st and 20 for the Bobcats, clear back at the 38-yard line. Second quarter just underway here in Hiram. No score, second possession for Skyview. They got down to the 2-yard line before they turned it over on downs on their first possession. Give it to Sparrow. Sparrow, a little bit of a crease, picks up a yard. 27 yards on 7 tough carries for Sparrow. Just under 4 yards per carry for number 5. Ballard's going to go in motion. Turn and give it to the back. That's a different running back now. That's Collins. It looked like it was 8. Let's see. Yeah, it was 8. He gained a couple. Third and quite a few. Third about 16. Skyview looking to the sideline, see if Mountain Crest brings any extra rushers. Right now they're showing 3 down linemen. Clark against a 3-man rush. Unloads, he's got a man wide open. Busted coverage as Cooper Karen standing out there all by himself. 30 yards on 3rd and long. I mean, Karen had to wait for it. Quick hit, nothing doing. And Clark finally puts one in the dirt. started this game 10 for 10, 89 yards before finally misfiring. He's had plenty of time to throw. Mountain Crest has been electing to cover more than they've elected to try to pressure. Give it to Ollie Collins. Collins picks up about 3, 3rd and goal.
Brought down by Neil Dewey.
2 for 2 on 3rd down on this possession for Skyview.
3rd down.
3rd and goal from the 3. Mountain Crest stopped them on 4th and goal from the 2 on their first possession. Sure, Skyview would like nothing more than to punch it in down here now. Try to make up for that failure on the last one. Clark tries to get outside, has a man wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Skyview. Ballard was all alone. As Skyview has had most of the answers to the Mountain Crest defense. Two catches, 12 yards, and a touchdown for Ballard. It's the PAT. Is up and through, no problem. Jack Clark starts this ball game 11 of 12 for 93 yards and a touchdown. Skyview leads 7-0 with 8:03 to play in the half on the game of the week. You getting hungry? Well, you know, halftime's coming up. You want to go grab yourself something. Get on the Wendy's app, put in an order, run in and get it. They got it for you all ready to go. You've already paid for it on the app and everything. At Wendy's of Logan, fresh never goes out of style. From square burgers to frosty treats, Wendy's serves up favorites the whole family loves. Wendy's of Logan, a Game of the Week sponsor. So defensively, Mountain Crest was able to hold the line at the first possession against Skyview's offense, but not the second time, as Skyview has their offense humming. They lead 7-0. Ridgeline's up on Tooele 20-0. They're not even to the second quarter in that one. Stansbury leads Bear River in the first quarter 16-0. Green Canyon up on Deseret Peak 28-0. Deseret Peak, of course, a brand new first-year school. And those first-year schools generally take their lumps. Ridgeline and Green Canyon kind of went against the green on how that usually goes. Well, Braden Larson, the Mustang offense, will try to answer as Muir goes in motion. Larson's going to follow Egbert. Larson picks up 4. Northridge leads Logan late in the first quarter, 7-3. Now you're all caught up on what's going on around the valley and around 3A Reed North and Region 11 here in 4A. Quick hit to Passy. He's out near the marker. Looks like he's got enough for a first down. He needed 6, got 7.
Pass complete to number 95, Passy. Number 57, Mason Marchant on the tackle. And that's good for another Mustang.
2 for 9 for Passy. We talked about the hot start for Clark. Larson 6 of 8 for 41 yards. Neither team really going up top. Well, I'll take that back. Clark had that 30-yarder on the last possession. Larson airmails that one right out of bounds. Clemens, he brought a step ladder. He needed something that was about 20 feet high. He needed one of those super little giants, you know. It extends, goes up, goes down, weighs 10,000 pounds, nearly kills you when you're trying to put it back. 3 wide to the far side. Clements alone to this side. See if they try to take a shot. Larson's got Egbert behind him. Egbert leaks out. Hits Passy on that crossing. That's been there all night. A gain of 6. It's 3rd and 4. Larson had time to survey the field.
3rd and 4 for the Mustangs.
Zipped it in there to Passy. That's Passy's 3rd catch of the night. 15 yards on 3 grabs. 3rd and 4. Mountain Crest 3 of 4 on 3rd down. This is their 2nd possession. Across the middle to Clements. He's always going to haul that one in. 11 yards and a 1st down. And the Mustangs get a fresh set of downs as they try to answer the Skyview touchdown drive. 7-0 Bobcats with 5:56 to play in the first half. Here comes extra rushers. Larson has to bail out. Waits till the last minute. Reed finishes him off. Larson picks up just shy of 4 where they're spotting it. So 3 yards for Larson, about 3.5. Second and 7. Mountain Crest now in Skyview territory. Larson grabbed high, can't get away, flung down. And before the play, I was going to say, you know, Mountain Crest got down in with Skyview territory last time, then got themselves into a 2nd and long, and it bogged down their drive, and that's what happens here. 11-yard loss for Larson. Another sack. 2nd of the night for Skyview. They've got 3, but every once in a while they're bringing Ryan Bates, is Skyview, off the end from the offense's left side. And the officials call timeout. Trey Lillywhite heads to the sideline, takes his helmet off and throws it down. I think he's got an equipment issue. He didn't want to come out. Now Skyview's overloading the right side of the offensive line. Across the middle, just about a pick as Larson threw it right to Mason Marchant. Marchant, it probably scared him to death, and that's why he didn't catch it. Whoa, what's that? 4th down. And the negative play again kills a drive for Mountain Crest. They saw this last week, had things going a couple of times, then got behind the sticks with a penalty or a loss, and it just killed a good-looking drive. And now they have to give it back to a Skyview offense that's playing all the right notes. Ball on the turf. Mountain Crest may have it. No signal yet. There it is. Mountain Crest football. Lincoln Ballard, who's had a great ball game so far. He just looked like he let that one get into his chest and it bounced out. And he wasn't able to get back on it before the Mustang defender did. So Mountain Crest now with new life at the Skyview 21. The Skyview defense going to be called upon again. They've been up to the task thus far. 7-0 Skyview with 3:45 to play in the first half. In a defensive battle where both, well, it's a bend but don't break battle, right? Both teams have moved the ball, but only 1 touchdown. Give it to Egbert. Egbert, gain of 2. Pretty balanced play calling here in this second quarter. 3 passes, 4 passes, 3 runs. 10 runs, 12 passes called in this first half for Mountain Crest. 2nd and 8. Larson threw it between both receivers. Clements was kind of cutting in. Bradford was breaking out. Bradford had room, but the ball was behind him and in front of Clements, and it's 3rd and 8. Larson's 3 of 6 here in this second quarter. 8 for 13 for the night. And it's 3rd and long. They're just going to run it. Egbert makes a block, springs Larson. Larson inside the 10, 1st and goal. Mountain Crest at the 3-yard line. 16 yards for Larson. 5 of 7 on first downs. Now a bad snap. Larson has to go way back. And he had to reach back, and he was dived on, and he hope his shoulder's okay. Coaches are wondering what's going on. I'll tell you what they're talking about. Skyview had guys coming off the field, and they did not get off the field before the ball was snapped, and they did not get a flag, and that's why the Skyview or the Mountain Crest sideline is hollering about it. They were trying to hurry and snap the ball to catch him in it, and instead it goes clear back to the 22-yard line. And it's a loss of 19. Now Mountain Crest once again behind the sticks. Larson has that one knocked down. Cetili Palmer, we mentioned him a couple of times. He's committed to play at Idaho State up in Pocatello. 1:55 to play in the first half, and a timeout on the field. And Coach wants the team to stay out on the field. I think he wants to take the time to talk to the refs. 7-0, Skyview leading. Mountain Crest 3rd and goal from the 22 when we come back. Custom Fence is a Game of the Week sponsor. They've been building strong, reliable fences in Cache Valley for years. They do privacy fences, security fences, from whatever you want. Custom Fence has you covered. And don't forget about the good folks at KSM Music. They've been serving Cache Valley musicians for years with the best in instruments, gear, repairs, rental, whatever your sound, you'll find it at KSM Music in Logan. We're going to put more time on the clock. So Mountain Crest had it 1st and goal down at the 3-yard line. Then they hurried to the line and snapped it quick. And Skyview were trying to substitute some guys in. They had guys that weren't off the field yet. The ball went flying by Braden Larson, cleared to the 22-yard line before he jumped on it. Mountain Crest was upset that they didn't get the flag and get half the distance to the goal, and instead they're back at the 22. And I don't know if that was something Mountain Crest noticed and they were doing that on purpose, or if that was just, you know, they're like, hey, their defense is taking a long time to get off. Let's catch them in something. Sometimes you're going to do something like that. You know, you mention it to the official on your sideline. Hey, they're slow getting off. We're going to go on a quick snap. But each of those officials have their own area. If it's not their area, they may not be looking for it. 3rd and goal from the 22. 2:03 to play in the half. Mirror into the backfield, now motions out. 3-man rush. Larson has a man in the end zone, and he overthrows Mason Bradford. He was wide open down the inside seam. And a collective groan from the west side bleachers. So now it's 4th and goal from the 22. You let Lishman kick it. Mountain Crest gets the ball to start the second half. They're going for it, so you got to get the end zone. And if you don't get it, you're giving the ball back to Skyview with 1:57 on the clock, and they've been able to move the football. Coach Visser takes a look at the Skyview defensive alignment, calls a timeout, and brings his team over, and they're going to talk about it. Have to look and see if Bradford's had. So you can see what his long is on the season. But they didn't hesitate, did Mountain Crest, to keep the offense out there. Ridgeline leads Tooele 27-0, that one in the second quarter. Stansbury still 16-0 up on Bear River. Green Canyon now 49-0 over Deseret Peak. That one in the second quarter as well. Northridge leads Logan 14-6 as they work their way toward halftime at Crimson Field. So Mountain Crest is kind of a pickle here. 4th and goal from the 22. You've got to throw it to the end zone. Larson gets in trouble, now rolls the other way. He's got everybody in the end zone. Now to Olson, he overthrows him. Everybody going one way. If one guy leaks back the other, he's standing wide open. But that didn't happen. And Larson, his struggles here in the second quarter continue. He's 4 of 9 in the second quarter for 24 yards. Skyview takes the field leading 7-0 and plenty of time. 2 timeouts, 1:45 on the first half clock. And Clark has been nearly perfect in this first half. He killed Mountain Crest last time these two teams played, and he misses there. He's 11 of 13, 93 yards, and a touchdown. Skyview beat Mountain Crest in the second round of the playoffs, 38-14. Jack Clark had 409 yards passing in that ballgame. Skyview beat him in the regular season 31-28 on the 13th of September. 2nd and 10 for the Bobcats with 1:42 in the first half. And Clark, after all that talk about how he's been nearly perfect, now he's missed on 2 in a row. He'd only missed 1 before this series, and now he misses 2 back-to-back. It's 3rd and 10. Skyview 2 of 5 on 3rd down. Check that, 3 of 5. Once they gave it over on downs, another time they picked it up on 4th down. What do you do if you're Mountain Crest? Do you bring pressure against Clark, who's been slicing and dicing? 3 seconds on the play clock. Clark gets it off as the clock hits 0. Pick! Still on his feet and heading the other way is Santiago Huerta. So Skyview turning the ball over on back-to-back possessions. First a muff punt, then an interception by Clark. Only his 5th of the season to go against 14 touchdowns. And now Mountain Crest back in business with 1:29 to play in the first half. The Mustangs trying to tie it up at 7. With the Skyview 26. Larson's going to keep it. Needs a block, doesn't get it. They were running one receiver deep. Egbert came out and picked one guy, and then there was a safety that was unaccounted for that came down hard, and Larson lost 2 because he couldn't juke it. Larson, 9 carries, minus 11 yards. He's had 2 sacks, and in that snap goes on him, even though it really wasn't his fault. And now Larson throws wide of Passy. It's going to be 3rd and long. Both of these quarterbacks now suddenly can't find it at all. Both of them need to go to the sideline and take another sip of their aiming fluid. Mountain Crest 5 of 7 on 3rd downs. Larson quickly to the sidelines to Clements. Clements catches it, steps out of bounds, well short of the 1st down marker. Picks up 5, it's 4th and 7. Clements 3 catches, 43 yards.
4th and 7.
47 seconds left, and again, no hesitation to bring the offense out on the field. Extra rushers coming. Larson's got to bail out, keeping his eyes up, looking for somebody. To the back of the end zone, got a man, and he throws it too tall for Passy. Takes a wallop as he gets rid of it. 39 seconds left, and Skyview takes over as Mountain Crest just cannot connect. I don't know if you'd call him ice cold. But 5 of 12 for Larson here in this second quarter for 29 yards. After he finished the first quarter, 4 of 6 for 34. And he's had guys, he's missed them. His counterpart, Jack Clark, just had a terrible series after being brilliant his first 2 series. He threw 2 incompletions and a pick. Now they turn around and hand it to Rad Sparrow. Skyview's offensive line sure getting a good push. Pickup of 3 there for Sparrow. Nobody's touching him until he's past the line of scrimmage. So it's a plus run for him every time. 15 seconds to play in this first half. Out to the edge, it's going to be a 1st down to Lincoln Ballard. 10-yard gain. Ballard 3 catches, 22 yards and a touchdown. Skyview trying to keep their 12-game winning streak, well, 13 if you count the playoffs, their 12-game regular season winning streak alive against the Mustangs here. 8.3 seconds to play in the half. If you're Mountain Crest, it is do not let anybody behind you. Throw it high to the sideline. 4 seconds to play as Oxborough gets out of bounds after a gain of 8. Well, they give him 9, so it's 2nd and 1, 4 seconds to play. Just getting a few more yards maybe so you can get Clark close enough that he can heave one toward the end zone. They're going to call a timeout, are the Bobcats. Talk about what they're going to do on this last play of the first half. Skyview leads 7-0 on the game of the week on the Valley Channel. Custom Fence is proud to support high school athletes across Cache Valley. They believe in building strong fences and even stronger communities. A Game of the Week sponsor, Custom Fence. Muir, Hunter, and Page back playing deep for Mountain Crest. Reach will be taken in deep 3rd. Clark Winds up, unloads. Drops it short. Muir took it out of the hands of Brock Hunter. That would have been pick number 2 for Clark, but it wouldn't have mattered as time had run out on the first half. 7-0. Skyview in a defensive battle heads to the locker room on top on the game of the week. 7-0 our score here at Mountain Crest. Skyview leading the Mustangs as we're getting ready to start the second half of the game of the week on the Valley Channel. I'm Eric Wilson along with you tonight. In that first half, both teams started out well offensively, and then the wheels came off offensively, basically for both teams the second half of that second quarter. And Skyview really should be up in this ball game 14-0. A great goal line stand by Mountain Crest on the first possession to keep Skyview out of the end zone. And that's where we are, 7-0 Skyview. Mountain Crest will get the ball to start the second half. Mountain Crest with only 69 yards in that first half. They had a 19-yard loss on a snap that went over Braden Larson's head. They were trying to catch Skyview with too many men on the field as they were slow substituting guys off, but they didn't get the flag, and they weren't happy about it. Larson also got sacked once for 15 yards and once for 11 yards, and Egbert had 4 carries for 17 yards, but Larson was 9 for -11, so you're at 6 yards rushing. 63 yards passing for Larson, 9 of 18 for 63. Clements 3 catches, 43 yards to lead there. Skyview 146 yards, 111 through the air, 35 on the ground. Clark started out gangbusters as well. He still ended the half 13 of 16, but he missed 2 in a row and threw a pick on one possession. He threw a touchdown pass to Ballard, and Sparrow leads in rushing with 8 for 30. We're getting ready to start the second half here in Hiram. Eric Olson along with you. Skyview leads Mountain Crest 7-0 in a defensive first half. Both teams moved the ball well in their first couple of possessions, and then the defenses took over. Skyview with 2 turnovers. Mountain Crest unable to convert on either of those turnovers. The Mountain Crest Mustangs will get the ball to start the second half. And they'll see if they can get their offense back on track. They moved the ball well, but you wouldn't know it looking at their stats, right? They had 6 yards rushing. That's because Larson took 2 big sacks and then a snap that went past him. They ended up losing 19 yards on that. So that really hurt their rushing yardage. I mean, that's 45 yards worth right there. Larson will start all by himself in the backfield. Ball at the 20-yard line. Larson's going to keep it. Pops outside, loses the football. Still free, and it looks like Skyview has it. First down, Skyview. Larson's fumble. He picked up about 3 yards. And again, that's one of those where it's easy for me to say standing way up here looking at it. But he had a lineman in front of him that had blocked and kicked out to the right, and instead of cutting left, he cut to the same direction that block went. If he cuts back the other way, he's got a lot of yardage. Instead, it was a great defensive play by Skyview, and they've got a chance to go up 2 scores. As Braden Larson did not want to start the second half that way. Skyview, or Mountain Crest offensive linemen are down there on the sideline yelling at each other now. And that's not something you're going to want to see either. Hand to Sparrow, and he picks up about 4. Skyview not wasting any time, running tempo. Hand it to Sparrow again. Sparrow stacked up, somehow gets away. He's down near the first down marker. He picks up 6 and a first down. First and goal for Skyview. He was stood up right at the line of scrimmage, and then he slid out of there for 6 yards in the first down. Sparrow heads off. Clark's got a half back and a back behind him. He turns and hands it off. Collins down inside the 10 and a late flag. 2 yards for Collins, and it was thrown right where Collins was laying. There was an offensive lineman there, there was a tackler there. So take your pick on who this is on. and they're going to call it on Skyview. Personal foul, face mask on Skyview. An offensive face mask, you do not see that very often. Only the third penalty on Skyview, 15-yarder. Mountain Crest with only 3 penalties as well in that first half. And now Skyview backed up to the 23 at 23.5-yard line. First and goal. Clark going up top. He's got a man in the back of the end zone. A lot of contact. There's the flag. Owen Isom didn't have a lot of contact, but he never turned around what contact he had, and the flag came in. And they don't like it here in Hiram, but I was expecting that call. Again, that one could have gone either way, but I don't think it's a bad call as it is. I don't think it would have been a bad call if he didn't throw it. How's that for riding the fence? That's going to be half the distance, so it should take it down to about the 12. But it's a first down. First and goal again from the 12-yard line. Collins on the quick swing out there. Egbert is coming like a heat-seeking missile. And the ball falls incomplete. Second and goal from the 12. Collins in the backfield with Clark. We've got Carlson back there as well. A little bit of a bobble on the exchange. Collins and no gain. Third and goal. 3 for 6 on third downs for Skyview. Carlson's kicked a few field goals, so if they don't get it, let's see if they go for the kick. The way their defense has been playing, 10 points might be enough. Park underneath, hits his man, 4th and goal after Clements makes the tackle on Oxborough. Looking like they're going to kick the field goal. Carlson's out there. From 22 yards, somebody may have gotten a piece of it. It's no good. He knuckled it. Didn't get much on it. Don't know if somebody got a piece of it or not, but it's not even close. And Mountain Crest's defense holds again on a 4th and goal situation. 7-0 with 9:32 to play in the third quarter. Skyview still on top. Big game, big deals. KSM Music in Logan has back-to-school specials on guitars, keyboards, and band instruments. Whether you're just starting out, a seasoned player, it doesn't matter. Stop by KSM Music and save today. So the ball moves out to the 20 off the field goal miss. And Mountain Crest will take over. And Braden Larson trying to get himself back into the groove. Shake off the turnover. Caught in the backfield on the little jet sweep. And it's a loss of 5 for Tanner Harris. And Harris is slow to get up. He was wrapped up and then really took a wallop. He got a timeout on the field for the injury. 9:06 to play in the third. 7-0 Skyview. Mountain Crest Cale Olson is tied for 4th in 4A in receiving touchdowns. He's got 4 on the season. He has not caught a pass tonight. Larson, 5th in 4A in passing touchdowns with 9, 8th in passing yards per game. Egbert tied for 4th in 4A in rushing touchdowns. Lishman, I talked about they didn't go for field goals earlier, and Lishman is 3rd in 4A in points with 22. They would have been a little bit longer kicks. Larson, wide pass, picks up the lost yardage from first down as he finds Clements. It'll be 3rd and 10. Right now, Larson just needs to see some passes caught, right? He needs to see something leave his hand and get into the hand of one of his receivers and see some stuff happen. I mean, Skyview's defense has played really well, but there have been some times where Larson's had guys open and he's missed them, and he knows it. 3rd and 10. 3-man rush. Larson unloads to the sideline. Clements on the long throw. And if that can't get Larson going, I don't know what will. 12 yards and a first down. That was back to the far sideline. That is a long throw. And he put it right on Clements. It's 12 yards downfield, but you're throwing it 20 yards across. Here comes some heat. They give it to Egbert. Egbert trying to run towards where the defender came from. Picks up a yard. Hasn't been much running room there for Mountain Crest tonight. Skyview's been stout up front. So here you see the substitution Skyview makes, right? And they're hustling off this time because they know they got away with one in the first half. They've gotten a little bit lackadaisical with it late in that first half, and Mountain Crest went with a quick snap to try to catch him, and the snap went past the quarterback and was pretty much killed the drive. Now Skyview's hustling off. 2 extra rushers coming. Larson stands in, finds Passy. Passy pulls away from a tackler, pulls away from another. He's across midfield. $17 yards and a first down. Four for 32 for Passy. Clements 5 for 60 for Mountain Crest. In the regular season last year, Clements had 9 catches, 131 yards, and a touchdown. Larson threw for 251 and 2 touchdowns in that game against Skyview almost exactly a year ago. Larson's going to keep Skyview coming after him, flinging him down for a loss of 1. And that's Reed. -11 carries for -9 yards for Larson. There's just not much running room there. He's thrown 21 passes. Two of his last 6 carries have been for negative yardage. Here comes that heat again late from those backers. They throw it to Egbert. Egbert stretches for first down yardage. 11 yards. So the the last two pass plays, Skyview's brought, they've had their 3 down linemen, then they've brought their outside backers. They kind of hesitate for a half a count, and then they're coming, and so they're bringing 5, and they've attacked those edges. See what Mountain Crest draws up on 1st and 10. Looking over the middle to Clements, and he can't hold on. Mountain Crest sideline wants a flag, but that looked like a pretty good play by the defensive back. Looked like Andrew Oxborough was there. The way Skyview was defending that, I didn't think he was going to throw that. I thought there's no way he's throwing it there because he basically threw it into double coverage. Clements still had a chance at it, but Oxborough did a good job to knock it away. 6 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, 7-0 Skyview. A defensive struggle. Skyview again overloading the right side of the offensive line. Give it to Egbert, he runs to the left side. And he picks up 8, 3rd and short. And Mountain Crest immediately to the line of scrimmage. Snap it in a hurry, give it to Egbert. Egbert churning and burning. Picking up 10, that's another set of downs for Mountain Crest. Larson keeps this one. Last time he fumbled. This time he's got 2 hands on the ball. He picks up 3. Mountain Crest running the last couple plays with a little bit of tempo. Now they're going to huddle it up. We talk about a defensive battle where it's 7-0, but there have been 3 combined turnovers in this game. There have been turnovers on downs in goal-to-go situations, a missed field goal. 3 turnovers on downs in goal-to-go situations, 2 on Mountain Crest, 1 on Skyview. And Skyview with a missed field goal. Larson for Clements. Clements reaches, grabs it. We're a kick away from a tie. As much as we've talked about some of Larson's struggles since about the middle of the 2nd quarter, he put that one right on the money. Lishman's kick is up, and it's good. We're tied at 7. 4:40 to play in the 3rd and a new ball game in Hiram. Wendy's of Logan's been a long-time supporter of Cache Valley High School sports. They're proud to fuel athletes and fans with fresh hot meals all season long. Wendy's of Logan, a Game of the Week sponsor. Well, this is a close one here. You don't get any closer than tied. But the other scores around Region 11 are anything but close. 66-0 was the halftime score, Green Canyon over Deseret Peak. Stansbury 37-7 at halftime over Bear River. Ridgeline 50-0 over Tooele at the half. And 17-9 was the score I saw. Northridge over Logan at the half, 17-6. It was a good return last time. Skyview got a chance at it, or at least to open the game, I should say, and they return it now out to about the 23. Jack Clark will bring the offense back out. They had a nice drive going, and then couldn't punch it in on a short field on their last possession. And now we're in a tie game with 4:33 to play in the 3rd. Neil Dewey Number 11 playing inside. I didn't see him play in that first half. He's out there now. Here's that little quick swing pass. Out to the edge. Ballard with a good pickup there on first down. About 8 yards. Ballard 4 for 30 on the evening. No gain on second down as they hand it to Rad Sparrow. Sparrow 40 yards on 11 carries, third down. Quick give to Sparrow again, he's tripped up. Turf Monster got him that time, and the Mountain Crest defensive line finished him after a gain of 1. It's 4th and a yard. Does Eric Alder roll the dice here? And they want to talk about it. Are they going to call timeout or not? The sideline official stops the clock, and it gives Skyview some time to talk about it, but they don't call it a timeout. Now they start the clock, and here comes the punt team. I wondered if maybe Eric Alder would go for it. Those Alder boys are not afraid of taking chances. I know his uncles, his dad. Mountain Crest, I think, only has 10. Mountain Crest has 10 players on the field. They got 10 players on the field. Here comes a flag. They're going to get the first down. And it's a big gain of not 12, 13 yards, but there's a flag back in the backfield. Mountain Crest only had 10 players out on the field. And they're going to catch a break, a huge break, if that's a flag on Skyview. And what I tell you about those Alder boys, they're aggressive. They're competitors. I was talking to Coach Alder before the game, reminding him that I was calling games when he was in high school. Holding on Skyview. He said, yeah, I got those tapes. I got those tapes put away somewhere. I said, well, leave them put away. So that's a huge break for Mountain Crest. They only had 10 men on the field. They gave up the first down on the fake punt. Lincoln Ballard ran it easily for a first down. So now it's 4th and about 11. And Mountain Crest has all 11 players out there now. And Ballard kicks it away to Clements. Clements reaches out, grabs it, turns the corner, stays in bounds. Look out! He needed one more block coming back this other way, and they wouldn't have stopped him until he got to the Clausen Dairy down the street. But they didn't get that block, and the Skyview special teams hemmed him in and brought him down, but not until he gets to the Skyview 45-yard line. And we'll see what that last possession does for Braden Larson. He threw a dime of a touchdown on the last one. Let's see if they try for a big play right here on first down. 2:39 to play in the third. Larson's going to throw it underneath. Gain of 3 to Cross. Second and 7. Larson to Passy. Passy brought down, nice ankle tackle by Brett Carling to get the bigger Passy down on the ground after a gain of about 3. Third down.
Go, Carl!
Plenty of time on 3rd down and 4 as Larson surveys the field, handed off to Egbert. Egbert picking up a couple. It's 4 down territory. They're not even going to give him a couple. They're going to give him 1. Couldn't see him once he went into the line. Looked like they had a better surge than that, but just because the line surge doesn't mean that Egbert didn't get there. 4th down and 3. Quick hit, Passy drops it. He had it in his hands, and he dropped it. It was a little bit low. Larson put it a little low, but Passy should have caught it. And Mountain Crest again turns it over on downs. (16 of 26 for Larson. 132 yards and a touchdown. 1:01 to play in the 3rd. We're tied at 7. So now Skyview back on the field. Who's going to make the last big play, or who's going to make the first mistake as we come down the stretch as we near the 4th quarter? Throw it out there to Ballard. He picks up a couple. Running that quick game and then getting to the line in a hurry. Skyview using that pass game almost like the run game. Sparrow's been pretty good tonight. He picks up only a yard there. Mountain Crest has pretty much held him in check in this second half. He had 8 carries for 30 yards in that first half, but he's only picked up 12 yards on 5 carries here in this 3rd quarter. Now it's 3rd and a long 7. And the 3rd quarter clock under 10 seconds. They snap it. Clark looking underneath. Incomplete. And the Skyview receiver stands up, can't believe it. He says, "I caught it." Zach Oxborough says, and the official said, "Nope, you trapped it." That's too far away from me for me to have an informed opinion. Usually doesn't stop me. Couldn't tell. Looked like he had both arms under there, but it could have skipped. 4th and 7. 1.8 seconds to play in the 3rd. We're tied at 7. Skyview setting up for their second punt of this 3rd quarter. High kick. Mountain Crest gets away, kicks out of bounds at the 31, and that's where we'll start the 4th quarter when we come back. Mountain Crest ball, tie ball game on the game of the week. Anderson Seed and Garden is a Game of the Week sponsor. They're proud to support high school sports in Cache Valley. Just like your favorite teams, they're rooted in tradition, growing strong. Anderson Seed and Garden, a Game of the Week sponsor. Another proud sponsor of the Game of the Week is Old Grist Mill. From the field to the bakery, they believe in giving back to the community, and they certainly have for years as a sponsor of the Game of the Week. Old Grist Mill. Mountain Crest 3-1, 0-1 in region play, hosting 2-2 Skyview, who's 1-0 in region play. After our game here tonight, Mountain Crest plays Stansbury at home next week, then at Deseret Peak, at Bear River, and a home against Tooele. Skyview goes home to play Green Canyon. We'll have that game, and then they play Ridgeline, then they're at Deseret Peak and Stansbury. We've got Skyview against Green Canyon and Ridgeline as our game of the week the next 2 weeks. There's some good ball games coming up. Skyview has really impressed me tonight, especially defensively. Larson, they look for the double move. Clements reaches, whacked right in the face, and he can't haul it in. Man, he took one right in the face. And he's still down. You'll see a flag on those sometimes. No, I'm a guy that likes defense. And so I like it when I see a defender come over and make sure a receiver doesn't catch a ball. There wasn't anything malicious or nasty about it. The safety came over and hit him as he was reaching for that ball and dislodged it. We'll hope that he's okay. The problem is if you got hit in the head, right, you worry about that, but you worry about concussions. And they're still looking at Clements here on this near sideline. It'll be 2nd down and 10 after the miss. Well, Monday, the first RPI rankings of the season will be released. Clements is now up. And they're going to bring him to the sideline. And where he got hit high like that, I think they might check him out, see if he knows how many fingers are being held up. You don't mess with head injuries or dings like that, right? It's not, those kind of things aren't rub dirt on it, get back in there anymore. We know that now. 2nd and 10, Larson. Throws it out to Passy, who is his relief valve. And he picks up about 6. Much the same as what we see Clark do with Sparrow. 3rd down. Six for 41 for Passy. Clements, leading receiver, 6 for 78, a touchdown, and he's still on the sideline. The trainer still attending to him. Third and 4. Just underway here in the 4th quarter in a 7-7 ball game in Hiram. Extra pressure coming. Throwing it inside to Olsen, his first grab of the night. $18 yards and a first down. He's talking to his dad, Chad Olsen. Played football up here at Mountain Crest. His dad taught here. He's been coaching here for years. It's fun catching up with him and talking to him about his youngest son, Kale. Had just had that big catch, one of the leading touchdown receivers in this 4A, as this first down pass here falls incomplete. Muir couldn't haul it in. Couldn't tell, he had his back to us, couldn't tell whether he dropped it or whether the defender stripped it out of there. Swinging out to Muir. Muir kind of stumbles coming out of his break, picks up a block from Cale Olsen, and then picks up about 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4. Muir's first grab of the night. 8 of 12 on 3rd down, not bad for Mountain Crest. As they try to break this 7-7 tie, they're on the Skyview 39-yard line and fully expect them to go for it if they don't convert here. Extra rushers coming, getting away quick to Muir. He hauls it in, and it's a first down. 6 yards. The defender was right on top of it, clawing at the ball, trying to get it out of there. But Muir held on, and it's a first down. Clements is back on the field, number 5 for Mountain Crest. He's the receiver to the bottom of your screen. Skyview's been bringing extra rushers. They bring 5 again. Going up top to Clements. He's got a step, and Larson misses him. We've seen that tonight multiple times where Larson will have a guy and he just puts a little too much mustard on that dog. The one touchdown he has thrown was a really difficult pass that he put right on the money. But he's had 2 or 3, I'm sure, when he watches film, he's going to groan because they've been right there. 2nd and 10 now for the Mustangs at the Skyview 33-yard line. We're tied at 7. Skyview had a chance for a field goal that they missed in the 3rd quarter. 4-man rush. Larson's going to keep it right up the middle. And saving a bigger gain was Mason Marchant. Larson picks up about 5. It could have been a lot more if Marchant hadn't been Johnny on the spot. We've seen Skyview bring more pressure here in this 2nd half than in the 1st. A lot of times they were rushing 3, sometimes 4, and they got home a couple times. They're showing 3 now. 3rd and 6. Larson across the middle to Olson. Sure hands for number 7. Nope, they said he dropped it. Stetson Summers came running in from the safety spot and said, no, I hit the ground, I hit the ground. And the official was there in the linebacking core, turned and said the same thing. 4th down and 6. So we saw Olson on 3rd and long pick up 18 yards 1 series ago. And he couldn't haul that one in. Skyview's doing a good job. They're blanketing these receivers, and they're doing a good job stripping that ball and trying to strip it when it gets there. 4th and 6. Time running out for Larson. Holding call coming. Larson's got a lot of running room. It's going to come back. Larson stays in bounds, and they say he goes out of bounds at about the 18, but there's a flag back at the 31-yard line. And unless he calls Skyview for an illegal hands to the face, which I did not see, you're probably coming back on a hold, and it's going to be 4th and long. And Mountain Crest may have to punt. That would change the calculus there. That was another where Larson stood in there a long time. His line did a good job of giving him the time to stand in there. And he finally had to bail out. He picked up the 1st down, but it was because he had a little bit of help from some clutching hands. So the punt team comes onto the field. And the Mustangs will have to kick it away. Fourth and 15. Do they play hijinks here and fake it, or do you just give it away? I think you just give it away, and that's what they do. High kick by Lishman, nice. Bounces and then kicks into the end zone. You're kind of hoping it'd bounce and then maybe kick back if you're Mountain Crest. And Skyview says, no, that's what we're hoping for right there. And Skyview takes over with another crack at it at the 20-yard line. 8:23 to play in a 7-7 ball game, which we mentioned this is the only good ball game going on. All the other games are blowouts. Everybody else in the Valley's got a running clock. And this one's running too fast for everybody. It's been a pretty good ball game. Not bad for a 7-7 game. Throw it out there to Oxborough. He's wrestled down, no gain. (17 of 22, 129 yards, and a touchdown and an interception for Clark. Clark's going to throw it this way now. And when I say this way, I meant that way. Pickup of 6, 3rd and 4. Now they've run that a couple times. Now see if they send something deep. Clark looks. He's got the first down yards if he wants it. He takes it. Scampers out of bounds after picking up about 5 yards on the first down. His first rush of the night. Clark has not been sacked. It's been mostly the quick game for Clark. He's had one completion of 20 yards, one for 30. Everything else has been under 10. 23 completions, 135 yards. Now he's running guys down the seam. Breaking on that was Brock Hunter to knock it away. I've been impressed with Brock Hunter the last 2 games watching him. He saw that coming. He undercut the receiver. One more step and he's picking that one off. He undercut him and knocked it down, 2nd and 10. I played defensive back 100 years ago when teams ran a lot. I think it would be a nightmare to be a defensive back in today's game. You just can't fathom the athleticism it takes and the short memory. Clark's going to give it off to Sparrow. Sparrow met in the hole and knocked down for no gain. Siosi Tukuola taking him down. Looked like it was number 55. Third down and 10. Clark, here comes some pressure. Gets rid of it, has a man across the middle, and it's too tall. Carlson is hit after the ball sails over his head. He's looking for a flag, doesn't get it. No flag in the backfield. Skyview's going to punt. 7:06 to play in the ball game. Tied up at 7. Clements back at his own 34. Lincoln Ballard on 4th and 10. And that's not Ballard. Clements tells everybody to get away. Maybe that is Ballard that would punt it away. No, that's not. Ballard punted it last time. That's Gustavo Gonzalez. And the ball at the 30-yard line where Mountain Crest takes over with 6:53 to play. Which one of these defenses is going to blink first? Larson 22 of 34, 168 yards and a touchdown. Egbert with 37 yards rushing. Now he adds to that total. He actually spotted that at the 32, and Egbert takes it for 8. Egbert averaging 5 yards a carry, 45 on 9. We wondered if this might be a high-scoring game. Mountain Crest averaging just a shade under 40 a game. Skyview averaging just over 34 a game. And we're tied at 7 with 6:20 to play in the ballgame. Give it off to Egbert. Low snap. Larson gets it, hands it off to Egbert. Egbert picks up a couple. One of those linemen got his legs rolled up on you. Held your breath for a minute. But he gets up and he's okay, and it's a first down for Mountain Crest. Mentioned, I expected Skyview to look pretty good offensively. I wasn't sure what to expect defensively. They've been impressive. They fly around and they do not miss tackles. Muir in motion, now comes back. Pitch it out to Muir, he can throw it. He's looking back the other way. He's looking for Clements and he overthrows him to the inside. And Clemens then was just trying to keep his arm on Cooper Karen so that Karen couldn't get a step out to that ball. 2nd and 10, 5:39 to play. Just kind of waiting for that play. Thought we might see that in the first half and they send him on that motion. And Skyview did a good job of staying home. not falling asleep on the backside. Larson throws it to Passy. Passy gets upfield out near midfield. 7 yards for Passy, and 2 Bobcats slow to get up. Seven for 48 for Passy. Crofts has to hurry off. They give it to Bradford. He tries to get past one tackle. He shakes one, picks up a yard. Mason Bradford, the junior, with his first catch. It's going to be 4th and about 2. Mountain Crest really hasn't hesitated tonight on 4th down. Last time they punted it away in this situation, in about this same field position. They're going to go for it. Quick hit. Defender was there early. No flag. That 100% should have been a flag. Oxborough was there early. He ran through the receiver to try to knock it down. Skyview gets away with one, and the Bobcats get the ball back. Mountain Crest taking a risk, and we'll see if it comes back to bite them. I mean, you can't count on the guys in stripes to do it for you. Oxborough had a good break on the ball, but the receiver had him blocked out like on a rebound, and Oxborough just ran through him and did it before the ball got there. Not a lot, but a little bit, but enough that it was pretty obvious. And it's a 4th down, turnover on downs, and 9 yards on 1st down for Clark and the Bobcats. And they've got a decent field goal kicker, even though Carlson missed in the 3rd quarter. I'm sure he'd like to get another chance at it. Clock runs with 4 minutes to play, 2nd and 1. Give it off to Sparrow. Sparrow met in the hole. 3rd and less than a yard. 15 carries, 42 yards for Sparrow. Now Mountain Crest needs to be careful not to jump off sides. Again, probably 4 down territory for Skyview here because you're 3rd and less than a yard. If you're Skyview, you don't want to flinch either. 15 seconds on the play clock. High snap, Clark goes up to get it. Sparrow brought down in the backfield. It's Egbert. Loss of 2. Now Skyview has a decision to make. The same decision Mountain Crest had a moment ago. The way your defense has been playing, do you go for it or you kick it and try to pin Mountain Crest back? Use your timeouts, trying to make Mountain Crest punt. And the punt team heading out there for Skyview. Fourth and 3, Mountain Crest paying close attention. Punts by Peyton Palmer. That's who was out there before for it. It was 81, not 14. He's never got a good look at his number. But we see number 1, Brock Hunter, the free safety. He fields that one at the 9. And Mountain Crest a long way away from the end zone in a 7-7 ball game, 2:31 to play in regulation. Skyview's defense has been beyond stingy. If Skyview can get a stop on 1st down, I think you see him maybe start using timeouts. And for Mountain Crest, it's important to get ahead of the sticks on 1st down. 5 wide. Here comes a linebacker. Larson bails out. Larson to the sideline. And they drag him down before he gets out of bounds. Are they going to stop the clock and say he got out of bounds? They are not. Now they'll stop the clock for an injury. Looks like one of the Bobcats over on the far sideline rolling around. Gain of about 4 for Larson, and he's finally in positive territory rushing. 14 carries, 3 yards. He's been sacked a couple of times. Snap over his head that got pinned on him in the stats. So in this second half, he's rushed for 15 yards. Whoever that is down there, we're going to take a look at him and send both teams to the sideline. 2:20 to play in a tie ball game. Knotted up at 7 at Mountain Crest on the game of the week. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology is proud to support the local athletes. Dr. Paul Danes knows how important it is to hear the roar of the crowd on Friday nights. And if you're worried about your hearing, you just want to get it checked, see if everything's okay, or you go see Dr. Paul Danes at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. 2nd and 6, quick hitter. Out to pass, he's looking for the sideline. Clock runs. I don't think he got to the first down marker either. He picked up about 4. Quick hit, run up the middle. That's a huge 3rd down. It's 3rd and 1. They didn't get it. Now Mountain Crest isn't in any hurry, and will Skyview burn the timeout? You got to punt it now if you're Mountain Crest, don't you? Because if you don't get it, you're already in field goal range if you're Skyview. They went quick. Tried to give it to Egbert right up the middle. Nothing doing. Fourth and 1 with 1:44 to play. Next week on the game of the week, we're at Skyview. Our first trip out to Smithfield, and we'll see Green Canyon at Skyview. On September 26th, we're back at Skyview again for Ridgeline at Skyview. A couple big games. Take the week off on October 3rd, and then finish out the regular season at Ridgeline as Ridgeline takes on Green Canyon, and Mountain Crest at Green Canyon. The playoffs, first, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I think first 3 rounds are played at home, if I remember right. So we should have 2 or 3 games even after that when it starts to get cold. Lishman kicks it away. Looking for a big bounce if you're Mountain Crest, and you don't want to grab that. That thing was going to bounce another 10 yards, plus the clock was going to run. And they're telling Owen Isom about it. He's trying to plead his case. 10, there's no case to plead. Just forget about it. You're going to hear about it in film tomorrow. You play corner, so you got to forget about it and play the next play. Folks, they're teenage kids. It's okay. Skyview takes over, 1:36 to play in regulation. They have won 13 straight ball games, 12 straight regular season games against Mountain Crest. Closest Mountain Crest came was last year in regular season, 31-28, I believe. There was a 5-0 game in there in about 2015. Clark gonna throw the swing out to the edge. Trying to keep the ball carrier in bounds, and they do. Sparrow picks up a couple. Skyview has timeouts. They used one, so they've got a couple. Clark across the middle. And it hits the back of the defender. Huerta was going for the hit. If he would have turned around, it would have hit him right in the chest. So now it's 3rd down and 8 with the clock stopped, and Mountain Crest is looking for a stop. 1:07 to play. Huge 3rd down. Biggest of the ball game. Clark can't find anybody. Dewey's chasing. Here comes Egbert. Throws it to the sideline. Did they get a foot down? I think he did. Everybody says boo. But I think Ballard got a foot down. He was shoved just as he got rid of it, and that's close to a 20-yard gain. Clark picks up 2. I mean, there's no such thing as a replay review. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, you can go back and look at it again and see. It was right down in front of us. Looked like he got his toes in, but the coaches, everybody on that sideline, immediately said he was out. They're Mountain Crest. They're going to say that. Skyview has 50 seconds left. 2nd and 8, tied at 7. They're at the Mountain Crest 42 on the game of the week. Stansbury leading Bear River 43-14 late in that one. Green Canyon beats Deseret Peak 73-0. Ridgeline 71-0 over Tooele late in that ball game. Clark, 2nd and 8. He's going to pitch it out to Collins. Turns the corner. He's got a 1st down. He picks up 9. Clock runs, 30 seconds to play. Clark underneath. Hits his man for about a 4-yard gain, and Skyview will take a timeout. That's Karen. Karen 4 for 53. Ballard 7 for 59 and a touchdown. Oxborough 5 for 29. .168 yards passing and a touchdown for Jack Clark. They don't have the timeouts up on the board. I don't know how many timeouts Skyview or Mountain Crest have left. There's 24 seconds on the clock. And I don't know how close they need to get to feel comfortable with a field goal. Oh, who's going to make the winning play? Skyview offense or the Mountain Crest defense? Skyview wins it, it is the winning play. If Mountain Crest makes it, it's the preserving play. This one goes incomplete. It's 3rd and 6. Ramos has to run off the sideline. You're keeping everything in front of you if you're Mountain Crest. You don't want to give up a touchdown. But if Skyview goes for a field goal, they'll let the clock run down as much as possible. Carlson hit a field goal from about 45 earlier this year. If they don't gain another yard, that's about what this one would be. Clark unloads. Down the middle, too tall for everybody. Skyview really lucky they didn't get called for a hold on the edge. Nate Wells looked like he was getting held, and Carlson is out there. This one's going to be straight away from 45 yards. Carlson's hit from near this distance already once this season. For the lead. Plenty of length. Got it! Carlson had plenty of leg for that one. And Skyview takes the lead with 10 seconds to play. 10-7 on the game of the week. Well, we've had a lot of not so close games on the game of the week the last few weeks. And this one has been a nail biter right from the jump. Skyview takes the lead 10-7. This is one that Mountain Crest loses this one. They're going to look at the film and go, oh my gosh. I mean, they're going to be sick watching the film. They left so many plays out there. But Skyview made the plays they needed to win this ball game. Olsen at the 6. This is going to be the ball game. Trying to get Clements to the edge. He needs somebody behind him. And that's it. Skyview does it. A 45-yard field goal with 10 seconds to play. And the Bobcats have won their third in a row. They improved to 2-0 in Region 11 play, and the Mustangs will go to the locker room brokenhearted. Skyview wins again. Mountain Crest has not beaten the Bobcats since 2012, and they'll have to wait to get another chance at them. We hope you enjoyed the game of the week. We'll see you next week when we're at Skyview as they take on Green Canyon. We'll see you next time on the Valley Channel.